Well, guys, I've got something special here today. Everyone's been wondering where the crated 250R ended up, and I found it. And the guy's supposed to be here, but it's just me here right now. I don't know. Let's see if the door's open, and we'll let ourselves in. I know this is probably unlikely, but oh no, it is unlocked. No shit. Look at this. We have found it. Right here in the middle of nowhere. I wonder if this is the only thing the guy has. No, it is not. We've got a lot to talk about here. But if you were wondering if I bought the crated 250R, I did not. We are here at the home of still an unnamed person. He's obviously a Honda hoarder. He's got a number of periodicals up here. But he's also got the setup instructions for this. So obviously he's planning to put it together. You know, that's what needs to happen. You can't just leave it in the box because then nobody gets to enjoy it. What's the point in that? So that makes a lot of sense. I'm glad he's doing that. Are you glad? If you're glad he's going to put it together, leave something in the comments. He's got a nice 2014 TRX 450ER here. Look at this TPC. I might know where that resides these days. Basically, what we're going to do is, if you know whose collection this is, then you know whose collection this is. If you don't, then you got to figure that out on your own. We'll start with the run-of-the-mill stuff, we'll say. Some of the cleanest three-wheelers you're ever going to see. We got a nice 85 250R here. Beautiful condition. Oh, we got the cat tires on them. Well, we won't talk about that. We only like Serwa on our channel. Another nice 85 250R. 86 250R. A short course after Mike Coe's build. My buddy did this a few years ago. Look at this guy. ATC 500R. This was built by my buddy Pat Farnham. Another blacked out 250R build. Look at the size of this pipe. I think that's a Kenny Roberts pipe. Nice 350X here, 85. This one looks all original. So that's the difference between something that's been restored and cleaned up versus all original. Which would you rather have? He's got something special that we're going to cover later regarding these fenders. Stay tuned for that. Got some posters up here. And now let's get into some of the special stuff. Well, we got the 85 200X here. A lot of people's first machine. Great machines if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not, I don't dislike them. I'm just not, I don't drool over them. They're nice. That's a very clean one. But I skipped over that and went to a 350X, so you can understand why somebody wouldn't like a 200X if they've been spoiled. But let's talk about what you see in this shot. Holy mackerel. There's a lot to unpack here, and I know a little bit about these, probably enough to be dangerous, and that's where those magazines over on the crated 250R come into play. So what you see here are two Calvin Franks three-wheelers. This one has a 495 KTM motor. Air-cooled two-stroke. Only one in existence. Raced by one of the Neary brothers. Now, who are the Neary brothers? We'll answer that question in a second. This was another one with a 500 air-cooled Kawasaki motor in it. And these are mostly original condition. These are from California. They've changed hands a couple times and ended up in my friend's collection here. He pointed out a number of things to me. But we go to these magazines. Now here's the 495 KTM. Calvin Franks and the Neary Brothers Racing Team build a three-wheeler with international flavor. Now this is from August of '83 Dirt Wheels magazine. This is that machine. The only one that they made. This is George Neary. There was his brother John. Also raced with him, and they were spanking Honda at the time. So if you want to find articles, if you want to read this article, I'm going to direct you to John McDonald's website. All these have been scanned, and here's the link for that. Go there and you can find this article and read it. Read up on this machine. And here is the machine behind it with the Kawasaki motor. Awesome machine. Super special to have. Something you're not going to see anywhere. And here it is, right next to the crated 250R. Again, did I mention? Here's the crated 250R. There it is. Here's a nice article about Kelvin Franks from Australia. He came to California and built race bikes, kind of one-offs. Here's one he did with a Mako motor in it. The only one like it. No one's ever found that. Pretty interesting. So yeah, the super sweet, clean Hondas in this room are the least attractive thing. But these are so unique, a lot of people wouldn't even know about them. This is the original number plate. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Original number plate on this one. He's looking for a period correct number plate for this. So if you happen to have an old school Meyer that wrapped around the forks, get a hold of me so we can help make this machine more original. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Let's see what's in this other room. I got to move some things to make way. Okay, we just yanked that out of the way. These are just three-wheelers, nothing special. Very clean 8570 here. Holy mackerel. Look at this. That's a cream puff. Where's it from? White Mountain Honda, New Hampshire. How about that? We saw this 250R at the Outdoor Motorsports Show. It's got the Mugen badge on the front. I'll have to give him, tell me if there's more Mugen parts inside. It's got the DG Starburst head on that. I'm going to sneak into this little treasure trove. 85 Tri-Z, 85.5 Tri-Z. The story I heard on these is the yellow and black color scheme was not selling very well. I might be totally making this up, but this is what I've heard. The yellow and black wasn't selling as well, especially compared to the 85 Honda. So they wanted to change that up and come up with something more sinister. So halfway through the 85 model year, they went with black and red. So that's why these are known as 85.5. Little Tri-Zinger here. They're neat little machines. I think these are 60cc two-stroke motors. And we've got, see that number back there? This is a 500cc KX 500 motor in a 86 Tecate frame. 86 Tecate 250 over there. 85 Tecate 250 over there. And then, you know, just a couple Tigers here. One of two Tiger 125s. Must have got nervous when it heard me talking. It piddled a little there. 250, 500. So one of the 12 Tiger 500s. Where are you going to find a room like this? Oh, and he collects S trucks too. Hoarder of many things. Man, I don't know enough about all these machines to tell you all there is to tell, but what I can tell you is this is sick. All right. I'm going to get some pictures, and then we're going to see if there's any other three-wheelers around here maybe we can get a picture of. Well, he wasn't at the house. Maybe he's at the shop. Look at this. There's more three-wheelers here. Man, 86 350X. Got a high flight seat on that one. What is this? I think this is an 83 250R. Got the toolkit. You can tell because it sits lower than the 84. I've learned that. Another 85 200X. Another 85 200X. This is, I can't see the swinger. 83 or 84. 84 Big Red. Why does the guy need so many three-wheelers? 85 Big Red with a Speedo and a headlight guard. 86 350X. Now, if you know my story, I owned this at one time, and I sold it to somebody else, and it came back here. I bought a lot of machines from this place at one point. Another 86 350X. 86 250R. It could be 85, actually. 85 250R, going by a few indicators. 85 Big Red. Surely this is the last of the three-wheelers. There can't be more. There's a lot of cool other stuff here. Oh, look, there's a Tri-Z. This was at the local show, too. I think this is his latest build that he's completed. He did this aluminum tank himself. Beautiful work. You know, I'm not a Yamaha guy, but that's just a sexy three-wheeler. Oh, gee, look at this. What would a collection be without 4 or so Banshees? We saw these at the... Well, we saw 2 of these at the show. What's this over here? Got an 86 Tri-Z. A little Resto Mod. Another... I'm not sure what year that Tri-Z is. I owned that too at one point. But here it is back again. Little 1980 110. Have you ever seen one of these? This is undergoing a restoration. So we learned that Tricky Dicks took Cagiva dirt bikes and turned them into three-wheelers. So here's a 200. They made about 49 of these, I believe. There's only a handful that are still known to exist. Here's the seat and fenders that go on that. They also made, I believe, 2 125s. Pretty amazing. 86 Tri-Z here. A couple more 350Xs for good measure. And then there's this thing. So this is part of the reason I'm here today. So my buddy acquired this and had ambitions to make it pretty. You might not know what you're looking at. And we're trying to figure out exactly what we're looking at. But what we do know is this is a CR500 chassis with what appears to be an early Lager subframe designed to accept first-gen Kawasaki Tecate Meyer rear fenders and seat. Lager swing arm, converting the CR500 to a three-wheeler, and 350X front forks. And what I was reading is I think they have to swap out the steering stem from the CR500 because that's a longer steering stem. And that's actually a 350X front tire OEM that's been sanded down to make that. So my buddy and I are working on a trade deal, this for something I've brought with me. So we might be moving some machines around before we get too far along. But wait, there is more. Let me take a wander up to the front of the shop. All right, and to end it, a couple more 250Rs. Why not? Actually, there's something else behind me. Maybe we'll get that. But these are a couple very nice machines here. You know, this has true 85 rear plastic, no embossed warnings, smooth here. And this is how the 85 350Xs were. Keep that in mind because we're about to see something cool. This is a early Meyer front fender. It's got that dull kind of look. This one's got some scuffs on it. My buddy is looking for one to put on this beauty. This is a flat track setup. He's got the low pro, old school, dull Meyer fenders on the rear. He wants to match the front, and he'd like to do it with something a little bit better than the other one. Here's how modern Meyers look. So if you've got an old school red matte finish Meyer front fender for a liquid cool 250R, reach out to me, drop a comment. We'll get you in touch. Okay, there's a lot going on right here. These are the Oats 903 tires. These were optional. You had to get these through your dealer, or through Honda rather. If you were going to race, these are great for sliding. Cal-Fav swing arm for a 250R. When was the last time you saw one of those? Selvi's exhaust. There is no possible way I can cover everything that's going on with all these machines. He was showing me, some new old stock short track kit shrouds right here. There's a new old stock short track kit in the box. New old stock tires, 350X tires on rims for an upcoming build he's got going on. There's just so much we're not going to show you today, but what we are going to show you. And when was the last time you saw something like this? 85 350X fenders, right? 85 350X fenders with the embossed warning on the back and on the side here. So the first time I saw something like this, it was in a picture that Travis Gisclair shared, DNA Restorations. Shout out Travis. He had a set of these that were in his shop, and I said, that's so weird because it's got the warning on the back. And he was used to seeing them. I don't know if it was just a difference in Louisiana versus New York, but these are obviously repops made on the 86 mold. So these are probably reproductions, just like, when it comes to a 250R, 85 is smooth like we just looked at, 86 is double embossed, and the reproductions are embossed in the back, and this is a sticker here. So that is what I would assume what we're looking at here, with a mud flap for good measure. But I think me and my buddy got to do a little bit more dealing here, and maybe we'll have a little bit more video to show. Well, while I was recording those 85 fenders, a little more show and tell showed up. You ever seen a new old stock set of 86 350R? 350R. I don't even know. I'm so punch drunk at what I'm looking at, I can't even talk. 86 350X fenders. Look at how shiny. I touched them. Some 86 Tri-Z fenders. New old stock 903 tires. Now what the heck is this? White. Hold on. Did you know U-Haul made or offered you could rent a first gen 200X? This is a headlight bezel for it. That's what that is. Never seen one. Never held one, but here it is. And it's just, he keeps it in this box. That's, next to all this new old stock stuff that he's just been showing me. It's atrocious, and I can't even get into what's here. But let me show you what is over here. Nice 85 FL 350 Honda Odyssey before the minivan. It's really nice shape. It's got a busted up front fender there, but you can still get these on eBay if you're diligent. It's a local machine to us, at least, and it's for sale. I'll let you know what he's looking for on it. But if you're interested in such a thing, get a hold of me. All right, and for the whole reason I've come, we are returning this 1982 185S to where I purchased it from. It has traveled the eastern seaboard down to Dwight Jackal. Dwight Jackal did this restoration. This machine came from his dad's dealership, new in 82, and the gentleman that purchased it is a friend of the gentleman who's buying it back, and it looks a whole lot different now than it did when I took possession of it. So it's a bit of a homecoming. And actually, it was pointed out that this 85 Big Red 250 ES was owned by the same gentleman who owned this 185S. So that's pretty neat. And the deal is I'm going to be taking possession of this early Lager conversion from a CR500. So the fenders are not on it. It is our belief that this is pre the hinged fenders, but we'll do more on this when we get it home. It's getting late though, so we are going to wrap this up. We'll catch up more with you when we get home. And just like that, we're back home and unloaded. So this thing needs some love. It's got some things going for it, like California title. So this was sold in November of 2021. And like I was saying at my buddy's house there, it's his belief, and I'll believe it until I can confirm otherwise, that this is an early Lager. The swing arm seems to be, you know, it's nice, it's chromed. There's a lot going on here. It's not like the other Lager swing arms that I've seen. They have a larger gusset up here, nothing there. It's 85 style. It's actually a really nice 85 ATC 250R carrier there. Durablue axle. Look at those hubs. So it's cool. It's got a lot of things going for it, but it's also needs some love. You know, it's got no air filter. I don't know how you make this turn. That's about to pop out. It looks like, you know, how do you get around that to a pod or something for the back? Those are early Tecate fenders. You know, the matte style Myers Tecate seat. Like, this would look a lot nicer with liquid cool 250R fenders on it. That's what's on the front here. But it's that dull style. It's like what I had on this machine back when I bought fenders in the 90s. The tank is a red tank wrapped with a leather cover. So what do I want to do here? Do I want to get red shrouds, because this one's broke? Do I want to get red shrouds, leave the tank red, and have a look like this? Could do that. Wouldn't look bad. Get a red number plate. ATD, not ATD, but addicted to ATC addiction number plate. That might look cool. I got some decisions to make. Got some decisions. But it's home now, right or wrong. We did the deal. And what's cool is we looked at this tire. It is an Oates 23.5 PV 101. That's a OEM 350X front tire on a 350X rim. So the rim, the hub, the rotor, the brake caliper are 350X. And the forks are 250R. The triples are 250R. It sits a little low in the front. And I think it probably would sit correct if it had CR500 forks for the front. So maybe I'll look into getting those. I don't know. You wouldn't be able to use these triples with CR500 forks. They made special triples. You can see the stop here. They had to drill these holes to make a stop. And need a lever. Need some hardware to hold that cover on. It's like things are loose too. Like this isn't tight. It's kind of like it was thrown together. So it'll fit right in, is what we're saying, basically. Anyway, that's the story of this machine. What do you think? If you know anything about this machine, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts on it. And that's where we're going to leave it. So what did we cover? We know where the crated 250R ended up. Well, we know it's somewhere, but it's not here. It's in a really cool collection. This came out of that collection. That collection now has my really clean 82 185S. And we lost a three-wheeler, but we gained a three-wheeler. We gained a really long three-wheeler. I couldn't get my tailgate up with this in the back of the truck, but oh well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned, and we'll catch you next time.